Welcome back for another video. So today we have another TLC special. They have this 700-pound woman's children doing everything for her. Like, if this isn't a wake-up call for a lot of people, I don't know what is. So let's go ahead and get into this crap, shall we?
Bring me a plate and my oranges out of the refrigerator. I'm not a mom to them right now. I'm just a burden. And I know I'm doing this to them because I won't stop eating. Love you. Drive safe. Jacob, put a jacket on.
The bus is here.
I've told all of them I'm sorry that I let myself get into the situation, but I don't even know how to stop eating.
Oh, wow. You guys, what is that in front of her? Like, she's got this whole growth thing. Like, her lymphedema is out of control. It's like discolored. The skin is starting to rot. You can see it. That is a very, very bad sign of health right there. And she's bedridden. Like, this is so sad.
And I never thought in a million years this is what my life would be like. I was about 3 years old when the other kids started calling me fat, and I started to realize just how big I was. I didn't even associate food with my weight then. I was too young to understand that fully. But my father was never around when I was young, so I only had my mother and my sisters. And my mom never really knew how to tell us she loved us. She never said it. She never hugged me or kissed me.
So that's pretty rough. Growing up in a household without your dad, and then your mom doesn't know how to show you love. She never hugged or kissed her. I hug and kiss my kids all the time, and I suggest any parent out there, don't ever be afraid to show your children love, because you know what? They're going to end up lacking in some kind of way, and they're going to seek it either through some kind of addiction or through an unhealthy relationship.
But what she would do is feed us. Giving us food was the only way my mother knew to show her love for us. And if we didn't take that food, my mother saw it as a rejection, and we would get a whipping. But my sister was small, and she could not finish her plate, and I would sneak and help her with her plate so they wouldn't get punished.
Oh God, we're talking about the worst kind of parenting right there. Like, literally, kids are gonna waste food, especially at a young age. I mean, it just comes with the territory. I'm not gonna force my kids to finish food, especially when you see they're gaining that much weight. All of her children, just judging by this photograph, are overweight. They honestly look like they're larger than her. If her mom's the one with the red bow tie right there, they're probably bigger than her. Oh my.
But at the same time, food was my mother's love to me. So I just ate everything I was given, and I just wanted more and more.
I do sometimes blame myself for Miller being the way she is. But at the time, I thought it was fine that she ate that much. Because when I was coming up, it wasn't like we had a ton of food all the time. And so I just always felt like I want to see a child eat until they get enough.
I just stopped the frame right there. Isn't it interesting that said that I just want to see a child get enough food, and then they show this picture of her standing there probably close to 400 or 500 pounds with a cane. Like, oh my goodness. When is enough enough? You have to ask yourselves, like, when enough is enough? What is a normal size portion that a child, at whatever age should be eating? I'll be around other parents and I'll literally see them give their kid a plate of food that's comparable to their own. Like, especially if they're younger than, I'd say, maybe 13 or 14 years old. They don't need to be eating the same amount of food as an adult. Seeing how their smaller body, they would require less food, but apparently logic escapes most people, especially single moms. I'm sorry.
So I kept gaining, and I just kept getting bigger. When I graduated high school, I was pushing 350, and they did not have a gown to fit me. I was so embarrassed. Shortly after that, I met my husband, Elroy. I think everyone was surprised when I got married because I was so fat. And they probably think that no one would want someone that big. Because by that time, I was over 400 pounds.
I guess we kind of hit it off right off the bat. And the weight really wasn't a problem to me.
Well, I'm sure it wasn't. As you fed her to this astronomical size, you probably got turned on by it. There's a lot of guys. I mean, to me, anytime you're like with somebody that's 400 pounds plus, I mean, it's got to be a fetish at that point. And I mean, you guys, I could be wrong, and I don't want to be a really judgmental person, but to me, when you get to that point, it's so super unhealthy and so, in my own opinion, so out of this world unattractive, that for you to be even physically attracted to someone that's like 4, 5, 6, 7, 800 pounds, it would have to be a fetish type deal. I mean, to me, what do you guys think? You tell me.
I was so in love with Elroy, I forgot I was fat for a minute. And soon after we got married, we had our first child, Esau. It was a dream come true because I have always wanted kids. I wanted to have a big family with as many kids as possible. But after having Esau, I was getting close to 500 pounds.
Dang, you had a baby and it made you gain 100 pounds and got you to 500. How she was even able to sustain that pregnancy is a blessing. Wow. I definitely think that that's way too much weight to be trying to bring a child into this world. It definitely calls into question parenting, and this video is the exact reason that I'm talking about. If you are a really obese person, your quality of life for yourself is going to be subpar. So imagine your parenting level, like what you can do for, what you can be involved with your children is going to be so limited. I just, whatever.
And I was just too heavy to have another child. So we had to adopt. There were children from homes of drug-addicted parents, and my heart broke for them. So we started by adopting Jacob when I was 30. And within the next 2 years, we adopted Hannah and Caleb.
Goodness. Now you got to see here, she has 1 biological child and 4 adopted children. And they honestly look like they're all different races. And there's nothing wrong with that, don't get me wrong. And that's actually quite nice. It's a nice story that she adopted kids that didn't have, good homes. But the home that you brought them into, you took them from drug addicted homes. Now they're in a food addicted home, which some might say maybe on the same level, if not worse. People might say that this is some level of abuse when you're like forcing children to do things that they normally would not have to do, like care for you. And I'm sure these children are like probably having to physically care for her. That's not right. You don't adopt children to have them care for you. You adopt children because you want to help them.
Then when I was 38, we adopted Joshua. And that's how I got my babies. But when I was 40, I started to develop lymphedema, and it made it very difficult to get up and do anything. As it got bigger and bigger, it became this huge weight, and it just held me down. And one day it got so big, I couldn't get up anymore.
Look at you right there. You didn't think that it was a problem, that here you are in the kitchen trying to cook for your family and you're having to do it in a chair. You know what I'm saying? There's no wake-up call that says this isn't right. This isn't a standard of living for a mother who's adopted children. Like, you telling me the state ain't checking on this? Okay, is it just me? Or is this not inappropriate? I mean, if I was a social worker, I wouldn't probably let someone who was sitting here this obese adopt kids. And I understand that maybe, when she adopted the kids, she wasn't this fat, but she was still 500 pounds. You can't... I'm going to go ahead and say it. I don't think you can be a good parent at 500 pounds. I personally don't. If you're 5 or more 100 pounds, and I'm talking about a normal height person, if you're like Shaquille O'Neal or somebody or taller, like maybe, literally, I'm talking average everyday folks weighing 5, 6, 700 pounds like that, you can't be a good parent. You can hardly take care of yourself, let alone children. Like, this is insane that they were even able to adopt these kids. And I kind of hope that they're doing right by these kids. I mean, you can see that, obviously this is a picture from the past, but they were trying to cook dinner maybe as a family and have good upbringing and good moments. And, I don't want to be so presumptuous and judgmental. Obviously, they're not growing up in a drug addicted home, but they're still growing up around some level of addiction, some level of very unhealthy behavior being distributed in front of them. And I don't know. I mean, to me, this is like really it's bothering my brain because I'm like, you adopted kids to help them, but they're like literally helping you. Something is wrong with this. Something is wrong with this for me. It doesn't sit right with me. It doesn't sit right.
So I have no idea how big I am. All I know is I'm too big to get up anymore.
Okay, this is a little off subject. Did you see this little duck skirt with the yellow shirt? I swear, like, I feel like people who make fat brands and clothing and stuff, y'all be doing people so dirty with these patterns and these styles, like yellow ducks. This is a grown woman. Under no circumstance would I ever be wearing, even as a pajama set. I don't think I would ever buy anything with yellow ducks, but probably at her size, what you're gonna find is so limited. But they make such kiddish stuff. It's so weird.
So I'm trapped here, and I can't go anywhere. I can't do anything unless it's in this bed. Come on, put the bucket on Mama's bed. So most of everything around this house falls on my children. They have to do everything because Elroy started to have health issues a couple of years ago, and he's gotten worse.
Hey.
But he can get around with his walker still, but he mostly has to be in his wheelchair.
All right, you guys, this is a sad scene right here. And again, I'm not trying to be super judgmental because I see they are suffering with some very serious health issues. But this is just, it's heartbreaking that you have adopted these children. It looks like they're all around teenage years. One of them is still a kid, but they all look like they're teenagers now. But it's like one of those things where they're not fully grown and they're having to deal with adult responsibilities. I mean, they're caregivers. Like literally, both their parents are in need of help. They're like pushing him around in a wheelchair. She's stuck to the bed. Who do you think is cleaning her? Who do you think is help bathing her? If she's not getting up using the bathroom, what is she doing? She's going right where she's sitting. Who is cleaning that up? The children that she adopted. This is so wrong. You don't do that. You don't adopt children to sit there and put them under some level of labor. And I understand maybe she didn't do this on purpose, but you did do this at the end of the day. For the rest of the world to look at this, ma'am, like we judging you with a harsh eye because this is not what parenting is at all. Cut back. Have days where you literally just starve yourself. I'm not even joking. It is going to help you. It is going to help regulate your system. It's going to help clean you out. It's going to let your blood sugars kind of level off and let your system clean itself out, especially if you detox, drink a lot of water and fast. Oh my gosh, give your body a chance to really clean itself out. Rewire your brain, because when you're eating all of this toxic food, all that packaged up, like processed crap that I'm sure is her main diet, that's what's causing her to keep eating and eating and eating like that and never feeling full, because that food is meant to be addictive. That food is meant to give you a blood sugar spike and it's meant to crash so that you crave more as soon as that crash happens. And we know this information, and yet we still buy the food, and yet we still eat it. I'm guilty of it myself. I'm literally in the middle of still trying to lose weight. My total weight loss goal after I had my son was 60 pounds though. I started as soon as he was born, July 4th, and today's October 22nd. Like I said, about 38 pounds down. So hopefully by the end of the year, I will have dropped maybe 50 or something. That would be great.
I have a lot of health issues going on myself. I'm in end-stage renal failure, and I have congestive heart failure. It's took a toll, so I need to take care of myself.
He used to be the one who took care of me and fed me. But now the kids have to do that. They have to, do everything for me. Everything falls on them.
Hannah, I need you to come. Let's go over this grocery list, please.
They have to run all the errands and do everything. You can get a 12-pack of the peach sodas. 2 12-packs will be fine. Ice cream bars, please.
Okay.
I feel.
Do you see the girl's face? She's literally like, Mom, you don't need this. And then, I'm sure a part of them probably feels so guilty, but what are they going to do? They're under their roof. They're obviously minors. Eventually, though, this is probably going to cause a major rift in their relationship. Like, when these kids grow up, they may have a level of resentment if their parents are even still around, because it looks like they're both in pretty bad shape. I'm not going to lie. And like I said, I don't want to wish anything bad, but it's just like, what would what would you say they would do in this situation? Like, it seems like it'd be wrong to uproot the children from this home at that point. They're teenagers. They've spent years together. They're like probably really like siblings now. They love each other. They have bonds, and they probably do really love their parents. You can't say that their parents are mistreating them. They're just putting more on them than they technically deserve to deal with as children. They're obviously there when they needed them in the beginning to get them out of whatever situations they were in their drug-addicted parent homes. Yeah, I feel bad for her, but you done did this to yourself. I hate the fact that you have minor children that you're responsible for that you're clearly not doing right by.
Feel bad, but at the same time, someone has to do it.
Mama, I love you. Bye.
Bye,
Love you,
Mama, I
baby.
love you.
I do mostly all the grocery shopping now, since my dad can't walk in stores. I don't usually see my friends grocery shop unless they're with their parents. They don't do it by themselves. Let's go to Candy. Chocolate clusters. She like these.
You like trees?
No, she don't.
No,
We don't want to bring my mom some of the stuff that she asks us to bring her, but we have to. She'll be mad if we don't.
Like, she literally puts those kids on the spot. You know what I mean? What choice do they have? They're minors, you know, again. And that is sad. You see these 3 young people going grocery shopping, you know what I mean? And they're buying all this junk food, and it's literally for their mom. Like, that's just so wrong on so many levels, okay? I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on with your girl's bun. I might as well just take it down. It is completely flattened.
I do feel responsible for my mom's weight because she can't get up and get it. It's just hard to know what to do when she wants food because we feel bad for her because she's on the bed.
Oh, how y'all eating chocolate and get off me any?
When I want them to bring me something I crave, I know that that's what's keeping me in this bed and from being their mom.
Look at that kid using the mom like she's a mattress. Like, he's laying on top of her as if she's a couch. Like, that's so much weight. Like, that's just crazy.
What did you eat today?
But I just can't stop eating.
McDonald's?
Once I start into a bag of junk food, there is no stopping.
When I'm eating what I crave, it is such an incredible feeling. And I'm happy. But then I start to come down from it. And I come back to reality and
Exactly. You're coming down from all those sugars. You guys, like, there has to be a point where, I mean, I know it sounds like a cliche statement, but nothing tastes as good as skinny feels. When you're not morbidly obese and you're at a normal weight, you're able to get around, live life, experience things. You're comfortable in all types of weather. You're comfortable in any and every sitting situation. If you have to go somewhere, you're not worried about chairs. You're not worried about accommodations or size of this, size of that. But at what point does food literally mean more to you and make you more happy than spending time with your family outside of your bedroom?
need the kids to help me again.
Look at you.
I got a pig in.
And I feel awful.
Let's go, Caleb. Joshua, come on.
Timmy. All right, let's go.
Hold up. Wait for Anna. Okay, done.
I know it's horrible for them.
Okay, now that is horrible. Just like I suspected, she is literally in the bed and they're having a cleanup after her. And you got the one kid in the chair as his mom's being cleaned up on her backside, sitting in the chair eating. I mean, imagine just being that comfortable seeing your mom's backside. Like, and I mean, I know there are situations where people have to do that for their parents, and it is what it is in situations that your parents handicap and they didn't do that to themselves. But in a situation like this where you ate every pound of obesity and now your family has to suffer because of it, like, that's disgusting. And you see they done brought in a table. So not only do you wipe her up and her feces and everything else in this room, but this is also the room in which y'all dinner is made. Ew.
And if I'm gonna do anything for them,
1, 2, 3. Okay.
I have to do it from this bed.
Hurry, Anna, hurry. Thank you. All right, table.
But everything has to be brought to me.
can't blame the kids for obeying Miller.
The macaroni and cheese. Go boil the noodles.
She said do it, so you're obligated to do it. You know, we bring her the food because we love her, but I know we're harming her. So basically, I kind of blame myself.
I kind of blame you too. I mean, I hate to say it, but I kind of blame the husband too, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, why would you bring somebody food if they were really that fat?
Mm-hmm.
You would? Why?
Because they like the food when they're eating it.
They like their food when they're eating it, but is that a reason to overfeed somebody just because they like it?
Yeah.
3-year-old logic, which apparently is the same here.
Green beans not as good. Macaroni and cheese is good. I don't think I cooked enough though, but
I love Miller a hell of a lot, over to death, which is basically what I'm doing. I'm killing my wife.
Oh my God, the epic chest plate. I mean, you know you have reached a level of obesity when you don't need a stand or a table anymore. Your body is your table now. What is the purpose of this anymore? Like, food can't be that good. You're literally eating basic stuff. Nothing's ever homemade. It's always a whole bunch of box processed stuff. So every time I see this kind of stuff, I just be like, why?
food is everything to me. And food is the last thing I think about before I go to bed.
And TLC in these epic shots, they're all like zooming in on her mouth and the sounds that she's making, the ASMR of it, like,
Yes.
like, geez, TLC. If this isn't for feederism, I don't know what is.
And the first thing I think about when I get up in the morning. Are you open?
No, ma'am, we're not yet.
What time you open?
We open at 10:30.
Oh, okay. Can I place an order for pickup?
Yes, ma'am.
Esau, will you pick this pizza for me? Why?
Cause, man, you already know, man. Why do you do that?
Go and pick up my pizza right now.
So it looks like the oldest, her biological son, actually does give her a little bit of pushback, but it does look like ultimately he gave in. He's going to get her the pizza. Imagine waking up in the morning, your mom's screaming at you from the other room, wanting you to wake up and go pick up a pizza even before they're open. Like, my goodness. Imagine being the guy at the Pizza Hut that she just called, like, dude, we're not even open yet. And you're like already calling, making orders. Like, those are some hard cravings.
I think I'll let you know.
No, right now. Go get the pizza right now. I know I'm killing myself. I feel like I'm just out of control with my eating habits. Oh. And I know every time I take a bite of food, it's getting me that.
That pizza looks so nasty. I mean, it just like, ugh. What did they put? Cheddar cheese on that? Just nothing but black olives? Like, and then just look at it. It's so greasy. And she just like put it right on top of the blanket. Like, what the? Oh my God. Y'all just be so, I don't even know how to describe it. Like, I don't know if I'm just super, y'all be making me feel like I'm so bougie. Like, there's just so much that I would just never do here. Eating in bed, having anything food related even in the bedroom. I hardly take anything other than water to the bedroom. Like, you're not bringing greasy pizza boxes to the bed. Like, that's insane. But apparently she's probably sleeping in this room by herself. So she's the only person having to deal with it because her husband's too sick and she's too big for them to sleep in the same room. They like literally have separate quarters. Their marriage is probably just about companionship at this point.
Much closer to death. And that's my nightmare right now. That I'm gonna go to sleep and not wake up because my body just gave out. Joshua, bring me a soda, babe. Elroy is not going to be able to take care of them by himself.
She just hits all the kids up at different times so they probably don't get all too annoyed with her. Like the daughter's the grocery shopper, the oldest son is the pizza runner, the little boy gets her like drinks and things like that, but he looks like he's stealing a pizza. I'm surprised she ain't tried to smack his hand away.
So if I die, I'm going to be leaving my kids all alone.
If she ever pass away, she wants me to take her to kids. None of us wants to lose our parents, and It really hurts to know that. It really hurts. If they don't get that big, they will pass, and we don't want to lose them.
I think she's trying to kill herself with food. And I'm worried that she's not gonna make it.
I don't want to die like this. This is not the memory that I want for my children to have.
Yeah, I totally understand that. I wouldn't want my kids to remember me like that either. That's really sad. I wouldn't want to be remembered by anybody in that way. But you guys, that video's over. You can definitely leave me a comment, tell me what you think about this whole situation. I am honestly always surprised every time I see these type of videos. Like literally every time, there's always something that happens where it's like, I can't believe these people live so lowly. You know what I mean? Like there's just the depths of humanity, I swear. Adopting children sounds like a very rewarding experience, something that helps the world. If I got the opportunity to adopt children that needed help, I would make the best of it. I can't see myself just causing them more stress in life. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you. Well, we really appreciate you. I got my little friend here. Don't forget to leave us a comment, like, and subscribe, and we will see you next time.
Bye.